this is the Apoth Green. Happy Thursday, happy July 10th. I know it's not like me to follow up with a reading so quickly, especially like kind of like being bada boom in 1 week, but I wanted to go about doing a reading today because, well, one, I do want to let y'all know if like you are into the angel numbers and the astrology, there's not really, or the numerology, excuse me, there's not really gonna be like hefty amounts of numerology or anything of that sort today. I did see 1212 while making coffee this morning, but you know, we had seen 1212 already, so you know, that's double the confirmation. You can go ahead and tune into the last reading on YouTube and you'll understand what 1212 means. With that, I just kept getting download after download during my workout today. Like, it probably tacked on an extra 30 minutes, but like they just kept coming and coming and coming, and they were extra distracting, but still wrote them down nonetheless. They're going to be our primary focus today, and we're going to do a little 411 segment. All right, so I do want to say thank you for not only showing up for me and, you know, the podcast. Thank you so much. But I think it's awesome that you are going out of your way to learn more about yourself and, you know, keep going down this healing journey with me. I know it's not exactly the most aesthetic or glamorous or easy. However, I do commend you, and I thank you for wanting to go down that road with me. Not only that, but I do want to remind y'all that, like, this is primarily, you know, to sip the tea and, you know, get some entertainment and, you know, obviously, like, you can, you know, utilize some of the coping mechanisms that are offered here. However, I am not a replacement for your therapist, your psychologist, nor your medication. So please bear that in mind. Okay. Please remember that energy is just gonna do its thing. It is neither male nor female. It carries no gender. In fact, it is very fluid. So he could be a she, they could be a they, or he could be a he, or she could be a he. You know, it goes just about any way. So what I mean by that is, for instance, if I pull a King of Swords, that is, you know, not necessarily just alluding to masculine energy in particular, though that person may be conveying masculine energy, as we all have. Oh, is my battery low? My battery's kind of low. That's okay. As we all have, what is my battery at? 20%. Okay, we'll try and be fast. If it turns off, we'll just keep on keeping on, and we'll roll the punches. Roll like a rolling stone. But yeah, energy can just do its thing. If we are talking about a King of Swords, it could be a woman, you know, who is just in King of Swords energy. And so I don't want you to necessarily, you know, make this too much about gender or too much about astrology sign, because we are tapping into energy here and we are reading the energy. All right. If it fits, you know, take what fits. If not, just let it sit and let it marinate for those who need it. This message is indefinitely timeless. So when you find it is when it was meant to find you. With that being said, let's jump on in. So the downloads I got, this hit like a ton of bricks. Just because they don't recognize your worth, that doesn't mean you lack value. And then immediately after, I heard the song Girl by The Internet. Let's see, what are the lyrics? I think it's like a girl You don't know your worth. Tell him you're my girl, and anything you want is yours. You should check out that song because like it's such a vibe. It's chill as fuck. But yeah, that is essentially the universe at you. And again, like with the whole energy thing, like you may not identify as a girl, but that is just the energy of the universe at you. And that is how I got my download. And even if you don't identify as that, you would probably love the internet still. They are a great group. Anyway, I also wanted to point out that you are remembering who you are and you are acting as such. It is time for others to reel it back in. And I feel like they kind of like already are. Like they know they fucked up. Okay, like they know they done fucked up. I had channeled that song Into Everything by Telepop Music. Let me pull up the lyrics because this one was kind of importante. All right. Let's see. Was it Into Everything? I guess it was. So, open your world into everything, subtle ripples forming closer. Touching me, I can't escape. Foolishly, I think I'm stronger. Then a kiss, now it's too late. Ooh, that kind of like touches in with like our last reading on YouTube. Okay, so, you know, this is kind of like a kiss from Scorpio. The whole, like, you know, you're learning a truth in which, like, it is going to make or break things for you. So I feel like Into Everything by Telepop Music, you know, kind of references how the other individual or this group, whomever, how they know they done fucked up, okay? They are realizing they done fucked up and they're reeling it in, and I almost feel like they're going to really up the ante by doing more breadcrumbing and love bombing, if you will. They're really gonna step up the game, but you know, the thing is they don't really know you very well, so it's a lot of like guesswork for them. So you know, it sucks to suck. Anyway, I also got all they do is talk shit about their on again, off again relationship. And then they project onto yours, if you have one, okay? Or they project onto your dating life, despite coveting such. Okay, so if you're single, they wish they were single. If you're in a relationship, they are kind of wishing that they had a partner similar to yours. If not, just, you know, a relationship similar to yours in which, you know, that bond is shared, right? But that's the thing. Like, if you do not do the inner work, how do you expect to find someone else who is doing the inner work, who is able to provide such a bond? And, you know, not sabotage it, if that makes sense. I also got that full moon magic may be prevalent for very select few of you. Okay, some of you could have just got done doing some full moon magic, but I also got that it is possible that this person or these people may be conducting or paying a practitioner to go about utilizing moon magic, full moon magic against you. I just got a confirmation, just got a ding. Confirmation. Alright. I also got that this person is like, you know, skipping town. They could be going off the grid. Like, you know, they're kind of like, they're about to go make their bubble much smaller. And it's not necessarily because, like, they need a new start because they deserve it, but rather they're trying to, in a sense, clear their name. Meanwhile, you will also have the chance to make a big move if you so choose. Okay, this is going to be between August and September. So if you choose that you would like, you know, to skip town yourself, you will have that option. This person though, or those people, like they're being relocated whether they like it or not. Let's see, some songs I got were, let's see, Take Me to Church by Hosier. Specifically the opening in which he's like, here, let me pull up the lyrics, but I think he says, my lover's got humor, she's a giggle at a funeral, knows everybody's disapproval, I should have worshipped her sooner. If the heavens ever did speak, she's the last true mouthpiece. Every Sunday getting more bleak. A fresh poison each week. We were born sick. You heard them say it. Okay, so we're gonna kind of like leave it at that part. I feel like that definitely will resonate heavy with you, but I also feel like someone is seeing like your spirituality, which is interesting, but like someone is like kind of like observing how you either just live your life or like your spirituality or things of that nature, and you know, they're just kind of like a little shooketh and they really enjoy it. This could be your partner or someone you're dating or a crush, you know. I also heard Earth Angel, Will You Be Mine by the Penguins. Excuse me. You can look up that song, like it was just playing in my noggin while I was working out. It was really nice. So you can check out that song yourself, listen to it, enjoy it. It's from like 1950s, so you'll probably really like it. I also got, my bad y'all, that was supposed to be Religion by Lana Del Rey. Yes. I got specifically her chorus for Religion, cause you're my religion, you're how I'm living. When all my friends say I should take some space, well, I can't envision that for a minute. When I'm down on my knees, you're how I pray. Hallelujah, I need your love. Hallelujah, I need your love. So someone could, like, you know, be observing you like this, or this could be you, and you're, you know, paying homage to, you know, your deities, your ancestors, your guides, those of that nature. Definitely giving big thanks right now. Battery low, I heard you. Okay, I'm gonna try and go fast. But you are definitely, you know, paying homage, paying thanks. You are giving your ancestors, your deities, your guides. You are giving them their much deserved flowers. All right. I also heard that you have some big time connections or connection being sent in by the universe right now. Like, this is huge for you. Like, you know, if you're trying to do a tech startup or start up a business, or, you know, you're doing some sort of like work online, maybe you're a social media curator or a digital creator of some sort, what have you, be open to new people and conversations, because it's going to like feel almost serendipitous, like how this interaction happens. Like, I imagine you like sitting like at a bar or something, or like going to the gym and just like striking up conversation with this individual, and like, you know, it's not necessarily like you were immediately talking about business or anything. It just kind of like comes up in conversation, and again, it's going to feel really serendipitous, like you were meant to find this individual and they're going to feel that way about you too. This could totally be like in terms of like a business partnership. It could also be in terms of like, you know, a romantic partnership, or even like, you know, a really good friend. But I'm definitely feeling like some sort of like, you know, if not financial, business partner. This could totally be. And again, this is going to happen around the Lionsgate portal, so be ready. This is totally going to feel serendipitous, and you are going to just be in awe. But again, have an open mind to new people and conversations. I also channeled Loving You by Cannons. I love that song. I feel like if you are coupled, then this is kind of like an ode to you from your lover. If you have not heard that song, it is so groovy, it is so fun. I am so sorry I'm rushing this, guys, but I just really want to be able to get this out there to y'all. Gosh, let me pull up those lyrics. Waiting for the night to come, 'cause I've been hiding from the sun. Every time I hear the wind, yeah, I can feel it rolling in. Tell me what you want to do, 'cause I've been thinking me and you could. Won't you say what's on your mind, 'cause I've been running out of time. When the day is done and the lights are gone, there's something in the air. Can you hear the voices calling? I was made for loving you. Don't be scared, we're only falling. I love the way our bodies move. I was made for loving you. I love that song. It is such a fun song. So it was a great channel. If you haven't checked it out, you should check it out. Like, this is again kind of like an ode to you from your lover if you are coupled. If not, this could totally, like, you know, be someone who might be in limerence with you, but I try not to encourage that kind of stuff, so we're going to move on. I also channeled Nevermind, I think it's called, and I believe that's by Dennis Lloyd. Nevermind, Dennis Lloyd. What I had particularly channeled was, what if I left and it made no sense, and you tell your friends and they hold your hands, baby never mind, baby never mind. And that's pretty much like the lyrics. Like, it's kind of like, you know, this individual who's contemplating. I feel like this is kind of like your feels right now. You're kind of like, and I'm not talking about in like romantic, you know, situations, though this could be it. But I feel like if you're like healthily coupled or in a healthy partnership, like, you would not be feeling this way. But anyway, moving on. For this particular song, I feel like it was aimed towards career and finances. Okay, so listen to Nevermind by Dennis Lloyd. That will definitely like hit you in the feels. If not career, this could totally have to do with, like, you know, if you are like in a court battle or something, especially over custody and whatnot, like say you were to win custody, you might even be feeling this way after you win, because you're just like, you know, so over it, you're just tired, you're ready to go regroup and just, you know, do your thing. But I primarily felt like that was like towards like career and finances. I also heard, keep your moves quiet. Just do them and talk later. So it's like, you know, not necessarily impulsively, but, you know, make your moves and talk about them after you make them. Okay? Just keep that in mind, especially with like specific people. Your gut will tell you. Okay, if you feel like you shouldn't be talking to that someone about that something, you probably shouldn't. I feel like there's a lot of competition in your field, especially if it's something such as like content creation, right? I feel like a lot of people, especially like if like, you know, say you're on social media and like, you know, like maybe this is like Instagram or TikTok or Reddit or Facebook or whatever, like whatever other social medias are out there. I feel like a lot of people who are in competition with you are essentially, you know, trying to keep you close to observe, but in essence, you know, they're not necessarily doing anything else. They may even try to recruit you to join their team, okay? They might even try to, like, get you to come over to whatever the fuck they're doing, okay? I heard that they have to essentially, or well, they just do this, but they force themselves onto people. And then they get bitter or upset when nobody wants to bite. So it's like they're selling snake oil and nobody wants it, and then they get pissed off because nobody wants the snake oil and they see it for what it is, snake oil. And it's like, on top of that, like, I don't know. I just feel like this is how a lot of your competitors are acting, and it's kind of weird. Like, you're not even in competition with them. Like, most of the time you don't even notice them, and they just, like, they could even be like throwing some like random fucking shit out into the void, like posts and whatnot about you, and you probably don't even notice. I also started craving ravioli while I was working out. Like, I'm talking like Chef Boyardee American ravioli. Like, that shit is so comforting to me. And so I feel like you can be comforting, much like a can of ravioli is comforting to me. Like, that reminds me of childhood. I fucking love ravioli. I love those little pillows of beef and sauce. Okay, let's do the tarot real quick. We'll do Disney villains. So yeah, I wanted to get this 411 out. I feel like it was super important to get it out while I could, and of course, like, my headphones are about to die. But yeah, let's go ahead and say our intro, our mantra. I cloak myself in a chiffon of pink. I ask my spirit guides, ancestors, deities, angels, and Mother Nature ground me in a protective glimmer, so I may think and so that I may shimmer. I am your oracle of the light, your seer in the dark. Please grant me that creative spark, and allow me to bask in your divine essence through this confusion and stark. I am you and you are me. Voice through me these messages you wish to speak. Blessed be. Okie dokie, artichoke. So we are going to do the Disney Villains Tarot deck first. That is by Minerva Siegel, illustrated by Ellie Goldwyn. Okay. Let's get some crowning energy, some main energy, and some energy that may be suppressed or oppressed. With all this battery low in my fucking ear, because my headphones keep telling me the battery is low. They have never, like, I've never let them get this low before. So I kind of feel like you need a recharge. Okay, like, if you have time to just take some time to yourself, please do that. Please. In the last reading, we were talking about, like, floating down a river, or, you know, floating around in a pool and just listening to, like, some cool, comforting music, like something that's a vibe or something. Like, you should totally do that if you can. Take a vacation if you can. Just this energy, like, I feel like you could really use a good recharge. This for crowning energy. We got the Four of Coins in reverse, and we got the Hermit. Yes, like, yes, 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 yes to all of that. I will explain it here in a second. Let's get some main energy out. Like, people are noticing that, like, you, for the most part, like to keep your energy to yourself, and you're so mysterious. And, like, in the Hermit card, like, this individual is, like, you know, wearing a black cloak, okay, and he's doing some weird twisty type stuff. So, like, you might be, like, really into yoga or fitness, and people are noticing that about you. You may be a bit of a flexible individual. I don't know about all that. With the Four of Coins out here, it's a treasure chest, and, you know, it's filled with treasure, obviously. It's like leaking treasure, pearls, gold, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, all of those things of the such. It is in reverse, though. And so that paired with the Hermit is exactly like, you know, what we were just talking about. You need to recharge. People notice this about you. They notice that you can tell when you need to recharge, and you need to withdraw your energy and, you know, put your goodies back in the jar. I just heard goodies, my goodies by Ciara. My goodies, my goodies, my goodies, not my goodies. But yeah, like, you know better than to, like, just keep, like, putting your goodies out there for people. Okay. While I was talking about that, I went ahead and pulled the rest of the cards for the rest of the reading. Is that the Eight of Wands? Hell yeah, that's the Eight of Wands. That is travel. That is definitely travel. Like I said, that person is either going back to where they came from, or they're being relocated elsewhere. Okay? So, for main energy, we have the King of Coins in reverse. We have the Five of Coins in reverse. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. And we have the Eight of Coins. Yeah, no, that shit they tried to pull did not work. But anyway, we have for oppressed and suppressed energy. Oppressed, suppressed. The Hanged Man. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. And we have Justice. Ooh, baby, I bet this is a continuation of yesterday's reading. I feel like that was, like, why the 411 needed to come out. For overall energy, so, like, outside energy, we have Knight of Wands, Eight of Swords. That is exactly how this person is about to feel, is that Eight of Swords energy. We got the Eight of Wands. Woohoo! The Page of Swords in reverse. And the Queen of Swords. Okay? So, again, like, I feel like, you know, if need be, you can pull the Disappearing Act. Like, going back to Nevermind by Dennis Lloyd. Like, if I left and it made no sense, and you tell your friends and they hold your head, blah, 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 blah. So, it's like, you know, I feel like you could even be dealing with, like, this has been coming up a few times, so, you know, there is a slim possibility that this person, you know, if we wanted to throw an armchair diagnosis out there, this person could totally be a covert narcissist. You know, I am not in any position to throw out diagnoses, so please do not rely on me for that. Again, this is the tea, this is the entertainment, and we're just talking about the situation at hand and what could happen. That is essentially what tarot is. Tarot and Oracle, yep, just got a confirmation. Tarot and Oracle are essentially me, the Oracle, utilizing something such as tarot or oracle cards or even downloads that I get, okay, utilizing those things to show you different paths and what could happen down those paths. That's essentially like what fate is too, right? You know, there are so many different fates that we could encounter. But I did get the Hermit and the Four of Coins, and I feel like, again, like, if you need to commit this disappearing act just to, you know, collect your sanity and to not have to deal with this group or this individual anymore, you know, I don't blame you. I would not consider that running away. In fact, with like the Queen of Swords energy out here, like, I, if anything, would consider that placing a boundary and just, you know, making it very apparent that you are not here for the BS. Okay, so for main energy, again, we've got the King of Coins in reverse and the Five of Coins in reverse. We have the Five of Swords in reverse, and we have the Eight of Coins. We have quite a few 8s and 5s out here. Lots of multiples of 2, too. It's interesting. We have 3 different 8s, so 8, 8, 8 may be important to you. With those cards in particular, the King of Coins and the Five of Coins in reverse, like, I feel like for some reason, like, this person, like, is putting up a front that they got it like that. And it's because they see you as someone who has it like that. Who, you know, and even if you don't have it like that, in essence, like, you know, you don't have all the money, all the riches, right? You don't have, you know, a ton. You are spiritually rich despite not being materialistically rich, if that makes sense. And I feel like most people would rather be spiritually rich as opposed to materialistically rich anyway. I feel like it's almost like, you know, you're on this pursuit of happiness, but at the same time, like, you don't realize, like, how many moments of happiness you are collecting along the way. And that happiness is not necessarily a destination, but rather it's the journey. And so this person sees you going about your journey and, you know, how much you have put into your life, how much you are doing, how much you bring to the equation, and how little they bring to the equation. How they are not the King of Coins, but rather the King of Coins in reverse. How, you know, if this is like, you know, a boss or a supervisor, okay, like the person in charge of the coins, like with the Five of Coins in reverse paired with the King of Coins in reverse, like this person, they don't have to be male or female, they could be multiple people, but these people should not be in the position that they are. And they are scared of losing it. They know they're on the brink of losing it. And with the Five of Swords in reverse, like, they're pulling out all the stops. Next to the Eight of Coins, this could totally be about work. Or with the Five of Swords next to the Eight of Coins, Five of Swords in reverse, you know, this person could be trying to make it look like they are, in a sense, like, not necessarily healing, but they're trying to utilize the language of healing, and they're hoping it works, if that makes sense. Like, they are, you know, they're trying to act like they are on your level and they understand exactly where you're coming from, but at the same time, like, this person is fucking you over. And it's like, if that were the case, bud, like, you wouldn't be doing the shit you're doing right now. And this person is just getting caught up in the bullshit. They're getting caught up in their bullshit. With the suppressed and oppressed energy, the Hanged Man, the Two of Cups in reverse, and Justice. Dude, you're gonna get your justice. You know, Two of Cups in reverse, like, this could have totally been, like, you know, a friend. This could have been, like, a boss or a partnership of some sort. And, like, you had expected to really do well with this person. And so this could be, like, a bit of an emotional tie that you are cutting. But at the same time, like, you know your worth and you realize that you deserve justice in this situation. You are not going to play the martyr. You are not going to be the Hanged Man. You are not going to sacrifice yourself like they want you to in order for this person to maintain their position as this crooked ass King of Coins. Hell no. Let's go ahead and recap outer energy, 8 of Wands, Page of Swords in reverse, Queen of Swords, Knight of Wands, 8 of Swords. That's some hefty, like, overall energy too. But again, like, there's just that reminder that that person is, those people are being relocated, and soon you will not have to deal with them. You will get your justice. Now, justice is up to the universe, so however the universe sees fit for this karmic wheel to turn, that is what the universe will do. With the Page of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords, like, even after they move, like, dude, I feel like they are going to try and keep an eye on you. And they might be really quiet about it with the Page of Swords in reverse. Like, they probably won't even say anything, but they'll be studying you. And if they do, like, try to go out of their way to, like, you know, like, extend an olive branch or something, just remember the energy that they were in and how you felt when you were dealing with this. You know, maybe journal about it. I don't know, but with the Queen of Swords, keep your boundaries up. Keep your boundaries up. Get sassy with this person if you gotta, because I feel like this person, like, just really doesn't give a shit, like, what happens to other people, as long as, you know, like, their own ass is saved. And if it's not saved, they are willing to, like, pull out the damsel in distress, or, like, you know, the victim mode, the martyr, if you will. Like, even though, you know, nothing is happening to them, they might even try to Uno reverse it and, like, try to make it seem like you're bullying them, or, you know, like, you're coming at them, or, you know, you're being the passive aggressive one, or at worst that you are taking credit for their work, when that is not at all the case. But just know, with justice out here, you will get your justice. And it's coming in fast. We got the Knight of Wands. The 8 of Swords here, you know, we got this picture of Scar, who has 8 swords pointed at him, and he is backed into a corner. That is going to be that person. Like, they don't realize who the fuck they fucked with, and I feel badly for them. Shoo, that shit had me fucked up. Let's put away this deck. And I kind of want to pull, if these headphones don't die, I would like to pull some from this other deck I have, from the fortune telling witch oracle, or the gypsy witch fortune telling cards, but I use it as an oracle. Alright, gotta be quick. I honestly could, like, do readings forever, but I am trying to teach myself to not take up too much time. Ooh, the book. I heard that the book is gonna be thrown at this person. Ooh. Okay. So we got 3 main energy cards. Number 45, the Order. Number 22, the Book. However, that is in reverse. And then number 51, the Lion. And that is in reverse too. For overall energy, we have number 1, the Sun. The Sun has been making its rounds for these past few months, okay? Like, we have had major Leo energy, and I feel like your confidence is going to be shining through because you are remembering who the fuck you are, and I'm so proud of you. We also have, for overall energy, this is them, okay? So you're the Sun, this is them. Number 11, the Fox. Alright, let's get into it. So for main energy, we have the Order. The Order, number 45. The Order denotes honor and recognition of labor, near 48, a sure sign of business success. So let's actually keep on. Hold on. Let's keep on. Number 22, the Book. The Book presages the discovery of a mystery affecting the person for the better. in a degree governed by distance. Number 51, the Lion. The Lion presages a sudden shock from bad news. This is in reverse though, so it's not really a fucking surprise to us, is it? Okay, the Sun. Number 1, the Sun near signifies happiness and popularity. That's you. Near snakes, mice, and dark side of clouds presages vexation. That's not you. That's them. Number 11, the Fox. In close proximity augurs distrust of acquaintances who are seeking to betray you. Distant, less danger. So this is on the outer energy because, again, the book is getting thrown at them, and pretty soon you are not going to have to deal with them anymore. With the Sun out here and the book and the Lion, okay, like, they are going to be seen for who they are, and with the Order denoting honor and recognition of labor, you are going to be seen for who you are. Like, there's just going to be truth after truth coming out, friend. Oh my gosh, this has been such a wild reading. Okay, I am going to close it here before my headphones die. By all that is divine, I will now close and exit this reading. Thank you for illuminating the path and for not retreating. Our session has now come to an end. This advice I shall not bend. Please be safe on your path and keep me safe in the aftermath. Blessed be. And so it be like that sometimes. Alright, y'all. I do have some homework for you. Maybe, just maybe, being that, you know, the time is nigh and the Lionsgate portal is right around the corner, manifestation will be at an all-time high. The portal itself will be at its peak on August 8th. Maybe, just maybe, your homework can be figuring out what you are grateful for. Alright, y'all. I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day. Apothecary out.